Why are bugs legal? Why is it legal for a software developer in any industry to release software that has buggy code? Why is it legal for politicians to lie on camera? Why do we throw hundreds of millions of people in jail for nonviolent drug offenses? Why do we spend the last 50 years in foreign war for no reason? Why has there never been a conviction of a software developer?
All right, everyone's here. Y'all ready to rock this joint?
You know me, Meg. I'm always ready.
Except when you ain't.
Harsh, Meg. That was one time.
I don't believe I can listen to you guys talk anymore. I'm just gonna...
I'll tell you when you're older.
I don't want to hear this anymore. I can't do your bullshit anymore. I mean, I can. I'm stronger than you. I'm stronger than the Bethesda software developer who needs to torture children for hundreds of millions of hours of lost time because he's some kind of fucking shitlord of lost children's souls, apparently. He likes to steal billions of children's hours' time. Some kind of billionaire fucking software fucking demon hour-stealing troll, you know? Like the veritable fucking like a mancubus or whatever. You know, a veritable I mean like patches or whatever. Like a patchwork of dead flesh is basically what the software development industry has become. It's disgusting. I'm sick of the ravages of it. I'm sick of you treating me like this. You could have fixed this quest 5 years ago. What's wrong with you? Are you wicked? Are you wicked? Why have you not fixed this quest yet? Why is it okay for you not to fix this quest? It's not okay. It is not okay for you not to fix this quest. You need to fix this quest now. I've read so many Reddits about this quest. I've seen so many forums. I've watched so many fucking videos about this fucking quest. I've dealt with it for 5 fucking years, and I really will sock you in the fucking face if I ever see one of you. Developers shouldn't go out in public, not after the crimes they've committed. I really believe this. Developers should not be allowed to vote or go out in public after the crimes that they've committed. After the billions of hours they've stolen. Time is money, friend! Yeah, well, who's gonna pay me for the time you steal on your jag then? And I love how my gun is always empty no matter what weapon I switch to. It's always empty. God damn it. Why do you have to run sirens all the fucking dumb time? You fucking dumbass piece of shit developers. Fuck your sirens. Fuck 30 years of sirens in your fucking video games. Assholes.
Warp drive active.
Gotta wait for the dialogue to end, but the Bethesda RNG might rule against me, and I might get raped for 20 minutes again on a fucking quest intro. Why do you need 20 minutes on a quest intro anyways, huh? Why?
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
I wish any other game was different either. All games are like this. All of them. Even Elden Ring. They're all like this. They're all like this. I chose the wrong profession.
Update, which I tried to warn you all about just over a week ago. And with it brings not only several new PC features, a ton of bug fixes, brand new Creation Club DLC, Creation Kit upgrades, but also, most notably, paid mods. All of which we'll be discussing at length in this video, as well as going over the state of modding with SKC64 and the plugins that require it. Trust me, this isn't one you're going to want to skip. This is a behemoth of an update, which for those of you unaware is out now for PC via Steam, Microsoft Store, and the Epic Game Store, as well as PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series. And since this is going to be a long one, I do want to mention that the entire video will be timestamped from start to finish, as always here on the channel, so you can jump around as you please. Let's go ahead and start with the elephant in the room, that being paid mods, or as Bethesda's calling it, Bethesda Game Studios Creations. This is essentially just the old mods and Creation Club platforms being merged into one central hub, that being the Creations menu, where you can now find both free mods and paid creation content, both of which Bethesda are now referring to as Creations in the same place. And yes, all of the old mods and creations have been merged to this system, so it's not getting rid of any of your content, and you'll still be able to use your Creation Club credits if you have any. They'll just be renamed to Creation Credits with some new artwork. Now, to be clear, anyone can continue uploading free mods, again, now known as Creations, just as they could with the old mod system. But alongside this is the arrival of the new Bethesda Game Studios Verified Creator Program, which all mod authors, or non-mod authors, I guess, can apply for. And if approved, they can submit their mods with a price of their choosing, that being from a set selection of options, and get paid royalties for each and every one of their creations sold in-game. So yes, to put it simply, paid mods are back. And at this point in the video, some of you may be expecting me to get quite miffed, especially if you've been following me for a while, and even more so if you saw my gut reaction to this news on Twitter, which was nothing but pure disappointment. But to be frank, this system does actually seem to be really well thought out, and dare I say, it might even be kind of promising, as it genuinely feels like they really cared about introducing this properly, as good as they really could with their free mod system, and they obviously received a whole lot of feedback from existing verified creators that were a part of the old Creation Club system. I don't think BGS would put it out the way that it is now if they didn't get some feedback from the mod authors. And for anyone that's worried about this, it does differ greatly from their disastrous attempt at good mods that came back on the Steam Workshop several years ago, where anyone and everyone could charge for mods, which, as I'm sure some of you might remember, resulted in aggressive cash grabs, previously free mods getting locked behind a paywall, stolen mods and assets showing up on the platform, mods breaking TOS by requiring things like the ENB or script extender, and more. This time around, though, everything from the application process, the restrictions around paid creations and what they can and can't include, the submission process for verified creators, the flexibility offered to them compared to Creation Club while still being within reason, and the added benefit that comes with this new updated system, which even addressed one of the mod community's biggest complaints about the Creation Club, is just surprisingly fleshed out. The creation menu itself is also just dramatically overhauled. It's pretty well designed. It definitely loads everything quicker, at least from my experience, and has a lot of easy to access quality of life improvements that make the overall use a much smoother user experience, especially when compared to the old mods and Creation Club offerings. So I know some of you are probably wondering why someone who has been against paid mods since, well, forever, isn't really upset or worried about this system. And I think the amount of restrictions and hurdles will speak for themselves for the most part. As to join the Verified Creator Program, you'll first need to apply, which, as you can see, is pretty much a mini job application, as you'll need a portfolio of work, which can either be mods you've created or a standard industry profile, and a few other requirements as well. You'll then need to wait for the approval process, which is done manually by Bethesda Game Studios and varies from applicant to applicant, and if approved, then we can move on to the next step. That being submitting content to be approved for sale. As well, creations can range anywhere from simple cosmetics or gameplay tweaks to entire new quests and encounters. There are requirements and restrictions to meet, as well as the submission and QA process to get through. It's not like you become a verified creator and magically you can just charge for whatever content you want. And while they have an internal document that apparently goes over more for verified creators, they did note publicly the general restrictions, such as creations must be standalone, so it cannot depend on other community releases, free or paid, which means it cannot depend on anything else on this creations platform or anything outside of the creations platform either. So it most certainly cannot depend on things like the script extender, for example. Creations must also be all new to qualify for release, meaning you cannot repurpose older releases or work by other authors unless contracted. Creations cannot contain anything produced through generative AI, and creations obviously need to adhere to the same terms and conditions as always. So that right there already settles two really big concerns I'm sure a lot of people would have with something like this. So no, a mod author can't just pull their mods and then put it behind a paywall. That's not how this works. On top of all that though, every paid creation has to go through an approval process, which can take an unknown amount of time depending on content's type and size, as it can influence how much QA testing is required at Bethesda Game Studios. They even noted that most creations are going to be sent back for quality review and require resubmission, meaning they'll have to keep going through the entire process until it passes. But they are allowed to submit multiple creations to the vetting process at once. But as expected, the process will take just as much time, if not longer, since you're submitting and taking up their queue. Of course, creators can also update or add something new to their creations, but it will require them to once again go through the resubmission process for verification. That being said, alongside solid restrictions that protect mod users and the mod
This video is going to be my genuine and honest review of the new paid mods added by Bethesda with the latest Skyrim update. I'll also shout out some free alternatives that you can use instead of these mods. So the new mods are added in the same way that the creations were with the credit system. The cheapest mod is 400 credits, but the minimum amount of credits you can buy is 750, which is £6 or $8. So at the very minimum, you're spending $8 for a mod, so keep that in mind as you watch. There are 7 of these paid mods in total, which if you want to buy them all, will cost you $39.99 due to how the credit system is structured. We'll start with the smaller and cheaper ones and then move on to the more expensive and interesting ones. We'll start with the Old Merry Anti-Mage, priced at 400 credits. This is simply a new armor set that you can see Thalmor mages occasionally wearing. You can obtain it by either killing a Thalmor mage, you can sometimes find out patrolling, or by crafting it with the Elven Smithing perk. It's really nothing special in my opinion, and I can't recommend it considering there are similar armors available for free, like the Traveling Mage armor by Q00, which fits a more casual mage, or Zabbayo's armor textures for Elven armor, if you're looking for a more Thalmor themed armor set. Also considering that you have to spend £6 minimum to get the armor, means that I really couldn't recommend this to anyone. For another of the cheaper ones that I actually quite like, we have Katya the Thief, a follower mod that has 1,200 lines of fully voiced dialogue by a professional voice actor. The backstory goes that Katya herself is a career criminal and a serial thief who's been caught by the guards one too many times. However, this time in this video, we're going to turn Skyrim into a true RPG. This video will be split into 3 sections. One for enhancing our character, one for enhancing the NPCs, and one for enhancing the world around us. We'll first take a look at the ultimate perk overhaul, being Rock Grenator Choice Cuts, just for the sheer amount of variety it has. Rock Grenator integrates elements from Ordinator, the most well-known and one of the best perk overhauls, Rockry by the same author, which offers a more vanilla aligned experience, Path of Sorcery, which redesigns the magic skill trees, Spurg, which emphasizes a more fun and fulfilling leveling journey, and Adamant, which is similar to Rockry but offering a more simple and vanilla-like overhaul. Combined, they make up the giant overhaul that is.
It talks to.
He said it makes sure you're not a robot, then call someone else to let you in.
Gale can't do that.
Each of the overhauls, like Arcane Strike from Path of Sorcery, which is an upgrade to bound weapons that shoots out a beam of energy when power attacking that can damage and stun who it hits. Or Assassin's Reflexes from Spurg, which is a sneak skill that slows down time at the cost of stamina. Or even Akota's Preparation from Rockry, which is an alteration perk that makes it so when entering combat, or automatically activates the most effective magical armor spell you know. There's not another perk overhaul in the Nexus that has the sheer number of skills and playstyle options as this mod, so if you're looking for the ultimate perk overhaul, Rock Grenator Choice Cuts is it. Now to overhaul the races in Skyrim, we'll use Manars. Manars replaces all the racial bonuses with more interesting and unique ones. It gets rid of the annoying one-day powers and avoids abilities that only benefit certain builds, so it doesn't add anything like Wood Elves do 25% more bow damage. Every build will find every racial ability useful. I'll quickly run through each race's new abilities. High Elves gain the ability Fairy Light, which allows them to silence and drain the magicka of their foes based on their relative level. Their unique inborn magic ability lets them set conditions to trigger minor magical effects. For instance, you can set it to when you shout, you gain a small speed boost, or whenever you...
Silly Gale. I don't think you're supposed to repeat exactly. Say it your way.
You're not wrong, son. The purpose of this vault is strictly on a need-to-know basis. And you know, so you must be someone important. Did you hear the distress call? And speak up. You're coming over the microphone a little goggled. No distress call, but help is here. Good. I was testing you because you questions. Be there soon. Roger that. You are to proceed to my position as directly as possible. Understood? You'll have to figure out a way to get into the Overseer's office to open the door in the atrium. Don't touch anything not mission critical. AC out.
Well, now I want to touch everything.
Gale,
The
too good?
asteroid is
You were
depleted.
great, Gale. The best.
The asteroid is depleted. The asteroid is depleted.
Time to unload big guns!
Fucking Dominator. Where'd you go?
Situation normal. Law and order has been restored.
Fucking chain gun fucking things.
Police cleared the area until order has been restored.
You gain 15% more spell damage. and their innate magical talent boosts their enchantments by 15%. Argonians gain a new ability, being called. Now we're going to take a look at Experience. Experience radically transforms the way we approach leveling in Skyrim. Instead of merely refining your skills at the grindstone or alchemy table, you now grow stronger by living the life of an adventurer. Your level increases in accordance with your accomplishments. This works by the mod assigning XP rewards, depending on the type of quest you complete, the type of area you explore, and the locations you clear. There's also an option for killing to give XP, but we'll get into that shortly. As you explore Skyrim, your character will soak in the world around them, growing stronger and wiser with every town you visit, every tomb you clear, and every quest you complete. The amount of XP you gain is scaled depending on the level of achievement, so completing a main quest rewards much more XP than doing a small side quest. The same applies for locations and areas.
That's why. Oh my god.
Amount of XP than clearing out an entire Dwemer ruin. Your skills are still as important as ever though. Your skills being disconnected from your level makes it so that you can level them up in any order that you'd like. In vanilla Skyrim, the world levels with your character. So if you decided to level up your lockpicking and speech early, it would force you to face higher level enemies without any of your combat skills yet developed. For balancing purposes, your skill level is capped relative to your character's level, just to stop you from leveling your skills to extremely high amounts before exploring and growing your character. Now as an optional feature to have the mod give XP through kills. The XP gains through kills work in a similar fashion. Mightier enemies reward you with more XP. Slaying a dragon would obviously give you more XP than slaying a wolf on the road. Having a follower tag along will reduce the amount of XP you're rewarded per kill. All these XP gains are customizable. You can configure the precise amount of XP each kill, quest or location can grant you. You could customize it to make killing your main source of XP if you're playing a bloodthirsty vampire, and make the quests and travelling take a backseat. All in all, Experience is a great over to the game's leveling system, as it encourages you to explore and grow your character more in line with a traditional RPG. Now let's get into making our NPCs feel more real and part of the game world. We'll first start with More to Say. This mod enriches everyday encounters, making those casual NPC interactions more memorable and layered. While the mod boasts an array of features, we're going to focus on some of my favourite new additions. Now when you enter a temple, you're no longer just a passive observer. You can actively engage with the priest and ask them for the blessing of their chosen divine. NPCs such as Feindul, Valda and Legate Skolnar can now direct you towards Angie's camp, making it so you can realistically roleplay going to the remote cabin. The tavern experience also sees a boost of immersion at Dead Man's Drink. You now have the option to engage in local gossip with characters like Valga and Nari, providing more context and colour to your surroundings. And one of the standout features is the new dynamics with followers. If they have expertise in a certain skill, they might provide insights and advice, making for a mentor-mentee sort of relationship. Another one of my favourite interactions is that if you're diseased, Juan and Rorikstead, given his background as a healer, can cure you, making him more than just a background character. However, not all the changes are wholesome. The mod also introduces new dynamics to the guards in Riften and Windhelm. These guards, known for their rough demeanour, might make your time in each city more challenging by harassing you.
Loyal Nords are always welcome here. Anyone else better watch their step.
In summary, More to Say just makes certain interactions with NPCs more layered and immersive. Next, we have Missed Dialogue Edits, which delves into refining Skyrim's existing dialogue. It does so by making discrete edits and using spliced voice lines from the original game to offer more coherent and context-sensitive NPC interactions. For example, one notable feature is its improvement to player dialogue options. These are really subtle enhancements that bring a lot of depth, especially when ensuring they align with different character builds. For instance, the original dialogue where the player asks which of the 8 divines do you serve might feel out of place for those aligned with the Stormcloaks. Recognizing this, the mod revises it to a more neutral which divine do you serve, ensuring consistent immersion regardless of the player's faction alignment. An example of another adjustment centers on your interactions with Tari in Solitude. In the vanilla game, Tari typically critiques your outfit regardless of its value.
Thank you, Redshift, for the excellent content for my stream. I've liked the sub to both of your channels. Oh, sorry, sub. Thank you, Epoxy, for the excellent content for my stream. I've liked the sub to both of your channels. Redshift mods and all this, new paid mods and all that. Yeah, I think I'm going to remod Skyrim here. It's installed already, which is always good.
One for enhancing our character, one for enhancing the NPCs, and one for enhancing the world around us. We'll first take a look at the ultimate perk overhaul. Now we have some mods to enhance the world of Skyrim. First we have Missives, which adds bulletin boards in each of the major cities of Skyrim. As you approach and interact with them, you're presented with an array of radiant quests. There are courier quests, which is just delivering an item to a nearby town, a whole capital, or a distant settlement, and it's as simple as it sounds. You pick up an item and bring it to the recipient. There are gathering quests, which is just collecting some ingredients and materials for a nearby vendor. There are kill quests, which involves you clearing out the denizens of a dungeon or encampment. Retrieve quests, which is retrieving a stolen item for a citizen or a valuable artifact for a court wizard. And hunt quests, which involves you tracking down an individual to either kill them or retrieve something from them. Now these aren't the most grand quests ever made, but that's by design. They're meant to be something on the side just for that extra gold or XP with experience, or just to keep yourself busy. With all the variants and all the different holes taken together, this mod contains a grand total of 264 radiant quests. The reward for the quest is relative to their difficulty and is handled through whoever posted the missive. With the courier quests, we'll first take a look at the ultimate perk overhaul, being Rockrenator Choice Cuts. Just for the sheer amount of variety it has, Rockrenator integrates elements from Ordinator, the most well-known and one of the best perk overhauls, Rockry by the same author, which offers a more vanilla-aligned experience, Path of Sorcery, which redesigns the magic skill trees, Spurg, which emphasizes a more fun and fulfilling leveling journey, and Adamant, which is similar to Rockry but offering a more simple and vanilla-like overhaul. Combined, they make up the giant overhaul that is Rockrenator, which takes the best parts from each of the overhauls, like Arcane Strike from Path of Sorcery, which is an upgrade to bound weapons that shoots out a beam of energy when power attacking that can damage and stun who it hits.
The asteroid is depleted.
Or Assassin's Reflexes from Spurg, which is a sneak skill that slows down time at the cost of stamina. Or even Akota's Preparation from Rockry, which is an alteration perk that makes it so when entering combat, or automatically activates the most effective magical armor spell you know. There is not another perk overhaul in the Nexus that has the sheer number of skills and playstyle options as this mod, so if you're looking for the ultimate perk overhaul, Rockrenator Choice Cuts is it. Now to
Hi guys, I love you.
in Skyrim, we'll use Manars. Manars replaces all the racial bonuses with more interesting and unique ones. It gets rid of the annoying one-day powers and avoids abilities that only benefit certain builds, so it doesn't add anything like Wood Elves do 25% more bow damage. Every build
I've gotten further in this quest than I have in a while. The last 11 tries, so maybe we'll beat it this time. We'll see.
Which allows them to silence and drain the magic of their foes based on their relative level. Their unique inborn magic ability lets them set conditions to trigger minor magical effects. For instance, you can set it to when you shout, you gain a small speed boost, or whenever you enter combat, you gain 15% more spell damage. And their innate magical talent boosts their enchantments by 15%. Argonians gain a new ability, being Caustic Spit. At the cost of 75 magicka, Argonians can spit a corrosive venom that drains 200 points of armor and 25 magical resistance for 20 seconds. Argonians can breathe underwater and swim 50% faster now. They now also get a boost in health recovery when underwater and regenerate their health twice as fast in the rain. And as an added passive, their lizard blood grants them 25% disease and poison resistance. Bretons get a new passive ability, being Dragon Skin, which gives them 20% magic resistance. Though more interestingly, there are now 3 cultural Breton artifacts that are lost somewhere in Skyrim. Having them in your possession will grant you bonuses. One gives you an additional 15% magic resistance, boosting it to 25. The second gives you 15% spell absorption, and the last will let you generate 2% health per second. Moreover, Bretons gain special bonuses from standing stones. Dark Elves and their natural Ashborn ability gives them 25% fire resistance. And once a day, your Dunmerry ancestors can intervene when you're close to death, by draining the health and knocking down the enemy that would have killed you. While Fireblood makes it so that when Dark Elves are struck by a fire spell or touch a forge, they can harness the flames by granting them a new ability that increases their fire resistance by 25% and allows them to activate an opponent in combat to inflict a burst of fire damage. Orcs now naturally get 25 shock resistance, and they have improved rapport as Stronghold blacksmiths with Stronghold supplies, which improves and expands on the items that you can buy from Strongholds. And at the cost of 100 magicka, Orcs can use War Stomp, which if used when jumping, the Orc will slam the ground on landing, staggering those nearby and taking 75% less full damage. Khajiits keep their Night Eye ability, which you can use as many times as you want, and similar to the Orcs, their connection to caravans deepens with Sandwalkers, granting them access to 150 more items, and their passive 2 Moons Dance makes Khajiits move 20% faster, take 75% less full damage, and deal an extra 10 damage unarmed. With Imperials, their disciplined training increases the effectiveness in armor and shields by 10%, The Imperial Gold...
I can't believe they broke SKSE. I can't believe they broke my save. I cared about that save. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into that fucking save, man. It's so messed up. Like, I can't believe SKSE is dead. So, like, now, I don't know. I guess I've got to start over clean, which is also not that bad, but... I don't know. I liked that save. I worked hard on that save. I got in pretty far. Damn it. Oh, well. I'll remod Skyrim again, I guess, without SKSE or any of that. I really like Sky UI, which is the main reason to have SKSE. But, I mean, I can get by with the default Skyrim inventory. It's not the end of the world. This stupid place, I've been here so much and spent so many fucking hours here. Tens of hours in this one quest that I know every inch of this fucking stupid ass place. No bobby pins, are you fucking... How do I not have bobby pins? I have had to go back to my base like 7 times now. I don't know why.
The asteroid is depleted.
Damn, I didn't dump that much stuff. I did not dump my bobby pins. What the fuck is that, man? Why did you say I dumped my bobby pins? I did not dump bobby pins. What else is missing? Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to opening that. That's cool. A Drake Lake Glacial skin worth 10 for 3 buy-in on a 1.5 million. 1.5 million on a 3 out of 16 chance is not good enough for what it's worth, but it is a lot if I win. I can't blow $1 million like that, though. Abyssal Ballistic Control... That's expensive. Oh, well. Okay, let's look at my inventory here, I guess, because I don't know, but apparently I'm low on stims and low on... Oh, my God, I hate how you do that. It's so annoying. Get out of it. I better actually fix my claw as well, because I've been using it for a while. Yup, see? About to break. All the rest of it's fine, but yeah, but the claw's dead. The claw! The claw! Now, I came back here because for some fucking reason, don't know why. Some fucking reason, oh yeah. Oh, I have all of that, huh? I do. I have all that stuff. I do have all that stuff. That's insane. I forgot that I did some inventory stuff and I didn't finish. Yeah, it's good, except the Stimpack Diluted went through them right quick. Oops, now what happened there? Yeah, no, I want you to drop the Diluted. Since I took perks out, I want better stims. And we will go Stimpack 50. Drop the supers. And in terms of miscellaneous, I guess I did run through and I dumped all of my miscellaneous, all of it. So then that means my scrap kits, which are like, what are these things here? What is that? What is a scrap kit? Oh, yeah? Oh, that's what that does? It takes all of your scrap off you and delivers it somewhere? Okay. What's it weigh? It weighs nothing. Okay, well, cool. Oh, I have 11 improved repair kits. That's insane. So, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get my lockpicks out of the box. What are these called? They're like bobby pins. Yeah. And, yep, that's good. And then, what else? What am I forgetting? It's like... Okay, so... Oh, wait. I have junk in my box, do I? Oops. Okay, so... And, I believe that's everything, right? Yeah, I think so. Could use a few more balls now. That's alright. I'll get more as I'm going. Gonna eat. Nuka-Cola Wild, Nuka-Cola Grape, Nuka-Cola Twist, and Nuka-Cola Quantum. Nuka-Cola Dark. Nuka-Cola, oh wait, no, I didn't, oh yeah, a lot of candy, I'm gonna eat a lot of candy. Quantum Buffs. Quantum, Twist, Wild, Grape.
The asteroid is depleted.
Okay, we can go back to the damn dungeon. You crashed on load and I lost my quest progress. Thanks, Fallout. There goes another whole quest playthrough. I can't even get angry about this anymore. It's just not my day. I'm going to start laughing. I've been tortured by developers so much today that I can't get angry over it or I'll lose my sanity. So I'm going to try and cry and laugh at the same time instead. Did you load? You don't seem like you are. Stop. Play. I can't believe I have to do this quest again. I'll just keep doing it. I'll get stuck in there for another 50 hours on a single quest if I have to. It's already been 4 hours today. It was 4 hours yesterday and 4 hours the day before, 4 hours the day before. So now we're at 20 hours just this week on a single quest, and let's go again. We have to start over again, guys. If my sanity wasn't at stake, I would react more. But I believe I just need to accept it. Anger is a contract you must sign up for that you shouldn't sign up for. In the interest of my sanity. Wow, now the game won't even load. Jesus Christ, man. In the interest of my sanity, I cannot let Bethesda, of all things... There was the man who threatened to kill my ex if she didn't leave, and then the man, and I put him in jail. There's all these things that affected my sanity, but I don't believe Bethesda will be the one that breaks my sanity that causes me to go to the madhouse. I don't believe it'll be Bethesda. I'm not gonna let it. I'm just gonna be stronger than I'm stronger than the Bethesda jank. I have to believe it. I'm stronger. I'm made of stronger stuff than Bethesda and Todd. I cannot let Bethesda take my sanity. They were close today. They were pretty close today. The Bethesda offices is where I would go with my shotgun. I'm kidding. I don't have a shotgun. I've gone guns, but I don't have a shotgun. Alright. Let's do this whole thing over again for the, what, 19th time this week. We're at somewhere around 20 hours stolen just this week. It's not 20, it's like 5. It's like 5 hours stolen or something like that. I am better than the Bethesda jank. I can defeat it. It's a challenge of my character. If I can withstand Bethesda jank, that is, which is 100 times worse than Guantanamo Bay, I could withstand Guantanamo Bay. You know, I could withstand Gitmo if I can take 27 years of Bethesda jank. It is the worst torture in the history of mankind. Other forms of torture, like, say, slavery or maybe picking cotton or whatever, that all ends eventually after, 10, 15 years. Usually the dictator or the slaver or whatever is deposed and killed or whatever, right? But the Bethesda jank, I think, is always going to be there.
All right, everyone's here.
Great, we have to do this
ready to
crust
rock
again.
this joint.
You know me, Meg. I'm always ready.
Oh my god. On top of it, I think you ate my buffs, didn't you?
That was
No.
time.
No, you didn't.
One time?
Oh, thank god.
I'll tell you when you're older.
How many times did we start this today? 11? I think we're at 11 now. 11 7-minute intros.
Gale's right.
We're at
Let's
77
get a
minutes
move
on this quest
Just
today.
give Lou the word when you're good to go, 7-6.
Okay. This is the 11th one. Fairly sure. Let's see if you can get it this time, you worthless piece of shit developers that I would like to physically hurt.
Ian's ready or what?
Let's see if this one works.
Stand back. Don't want no one standing in the blast zone.
Don't care.
Damn, Lou. Was the cleanest break yet. All right, Johnny, Gale, you two.
Let's go.
7-6. Can I talk to you real quick? I gotta stay here and guard your butts till I'm confident we're in the clear, but
Stupid
I have an important
L21st.
request for you. With Johnny asking for such a big cut, I want you to keep an eye on him. You let me know if he doesn't pull his weight. If he wants to keep his value, he's gotta earn it.
Come on, 3.6 on a 7. 3.6 mil on a 7. 3.6, come on, come on. Big money, big money, big money. Come on, me. I think I won it off the bat. No, no, come on, me. Yes! 4 mil. In a second. 4 mil in a second. Literally, it takes me 25 minutes to mine that. You're watching me do it right now. Or I can do it in a second on the fucking hypernet. I love gambling. Gambling is bad. Don't do it. Yes. I don't have that one either. Oops.
The asteroid is depleted.
Thanks. You good otherwise? Okay, get to it, 7-6. Make us rich.
Oh, what should we load?
Door's shut tight. See if you can open it remotely. Maybe there's a terminal somewhere. We'll guard it in case anything's on the other side.
Ability. Not only lets them find more golden chests.
So I guess we do the mods that don't require SKSC. I wanna empty out my mod list, I guess, next. So that's coming to Nexus. No, I need you to actually do Vortex. Sorry.
You're just afraid I'm right.
Well, I think you're both right.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Now Gale think Rara is right.
Come on, Gil. He's starting to get mad. We should stop messing with him.
It also allows them to bribe opponents, which causes them to fight for you for 60 seconds. Additionally, Imperials start with 2 extra perk points. Nords, embodying Skyrim's chill, they get 25. Now we're going to take a look at Experience. Experience radically transforms the way we approach leveling in Skyrim. Instead of merely refining your skills at the grindstone or alchemy table, you now go stronger by living the life of an adventurer. Your level increases in accordance with your accomplishments. This works by the mod assigning XP rewards, depending on the type of quest you complete, the type of area you explore, and the locations you clear. There's also an option for killing to give XP, but we'll get into that shortly. As you explore Skyrim, your character will soak in the world around them, growing stronger and wiser with every town you visit, every tomb you clear, and every quest you complete. The XP you gain is scaled depending on the level of achievement, so completing a main quest rewards much more XP than doing a small side quest. The same applies for locations and areas. So clearing a small bandit encampment will give a smaller amount of XP than clearing out an entire Dwemer ruin. Your skills are still as important as
I lost.
Your skills being
Damn it.
disconnected from your level makes it so that you can level them up in any order that you'd like. In vanilla Skyrim, the world levels with your character. So if you decided to level up your lockpicking and speech early, it would force you to face higher level enemies without any of your combat skills yet developed. For balancing purposes, your skill level is capped relative to your character's level, just to stop you from leveling your skills to extremely high amounts before exploring and growing your character. Now there's an optional feature to have the mod give XP through kills. The XP gains through kills work in a similar fashion. Mightier enemies reward you with more XP. Slaying a dragon would obviously give you more XP than slaying a wolf on the road. Having a follower tag along will reduce the amount of XP you're rewarded per kill. All of these XP gains are customizable. You can configure the precise amount of XP each kill, quest, or location can grant you. You could customize it to make killing your main source of XP if you're playing a bloodthirsty vampire, and make the quests and travelling take a backseat. All in all, Experience is a great overhaul to the game's leveling system, as it encourages you to explore and grow your character more in line with a traditional RPG. Now let's get into making our NPCs feel more real and part of the game world. We'll first start with More to Say. This mod enriches everyday encounters, making those casual NPC interactions more memorable and layered. While the mod boasts an array of features, we're going to focus on some of my favourite new additions. Now when you enter a temple, you're no longer just a passive observer. You can actively engage with the priests and ask them for the blessing of their chosen divine. NPCs such as Feindul, Valda, and Legate Skolnar can now direct you towards Angie's camp, making it so you can realistically roleplay going to the remote cabin. The tavern experience also sees a boost of immersion at Dead Man's Drink. You now have the option to engage in local gossip with characters like Valga and Nari, providing more context and colour to your surroundings. And one of the standout features is the new dynamics with followers. If they have expertise in a certain skill, they might provide insights and advice.
Wind up and hit it with a really
making for a mentor-mentee sort of relationship. Another one of my favourite interactions is that if you're diseased, Juan in Rorikstead, given his background as a healer, can cure you, making him more than just a background character. However, not all the changes are wholesome. The mod also introduces new dynamics to the guards in Riften and Windhelm. These guards, known for their rough demeanour, might make your time in each city more challenging by harassing you.
Loyal Nords are always welcome here. Anyone else better watch their step.
In summary, More to Say just makes certain interactions with NPCs more layered and immersive. Next, we have missed dialogue edits, which delves into refining Skyrim's existing dialogue. It does so by making discrete edits and using spliced voice lines from the original game to offer more coherent and context-sensitive NPC interactions. For example, one notable feature is its improvement to player dialogue options. These are really subtle advancements that bring a lot of depth, especially when throwing their line with different character votes. For instance, the original dialogue where the player asks which of the 8 divines do you serve, and much of that place for those lines with storm clothes. Recognizing this, the mod devices it to a more neutral, which divine do you serve, ensuring consistent immersion regardless of the player's faction alliance. An example of another adjustment centers on your interactions with Tari in Solitude. In the vanilla game, Tari typically critique your outfit regardless of its value or rarity. However, with the mod, this dynamic changes. If you wear expensive attire, Tari acknowledges your fashion sense, complimenting your choice. In essence, the mod doesn't overhaul dialogue, but rather polishes them, focusing on the details that enhance the overall immersion and relevance of conversations. Next, we have the relationship dialogue overhaul, which is a massive mod that essentially gives your friends, followers, spouses, and rivals much more to say. Firstly, let's talk about the sheer numbers. The mod introduces over 5,000 lines of completely voiced dialogue, spanning a wide range of over 50 voice types. It's not just about content. The mod really pays attention to the details of the content. Each of these new lines is meticulously crafted, either by repurposing the game's original voice work, or by editing multiple lines together to create something new. But what does that actually mean for gameplay? Well, your relationships in game will reflect much more. Friends truly sound like friends, and will happily greet you when they see you. Followers are no longer just swords with legs, but rather characters with a voice and an opinion. As you scale icy mountains or trudge through caverns, they'll comment, react, and immerse themselves in the journey with you. On the other side of the coin, antagonizing NPCs now carries more weight. Cross someone and you'll likely receive a barrage of insults or just cold disdain.
Oh, I didn't know it would crit like that.
To irk them,
Nice.
then they might even shun you completely. It's these small yet profound changes that elevate that RPG experience, making every decision and every interaction all the more consequential.
So
Let's move
annoying.
on to the next mod. Skyrim is a land renowned for its blacksmithing heritage. Yet ironically, in the base game, not a single blacksmith is willing to even craft the simplest of items. Honed Metal seeks to bridge this disconnect.
It
With the mod,
glitched.
blacksmiths in
I have to
Skyrim
start
are
over.
Actual blacksmiths. They'll now craft and temper weapons and armor upon your request.
I think, anyways.
Enchanters also receive the same treatment. They'll readily enchant and recharge your items, bringing them on the same
Yeah,
level.
the stupid ass
proficiency of the
things
craftsman
glitch
plays a pivotal role in the
glitch the
process. A
NPC.
blacksmith's or enchanter's skill determines the range of services they offer, the quality of their work, and the cost associated with their expertise. The equation is quite simple. The higher their skill, the superior the craftsmanship, and naturally at a steeper price. Additionally, while blacksmiths will typically use their own materials for standard requests, they can source any additional or rare materials needed, albeit at an extra
It
cost of
glitched.
both time
Gotta
and
back
gold.
out.
However, if you're eyeing an armor crafted from dragon bones, for instance, you'll need to provide these rare materials to the blacksmith. On the enchanting front, enchanters are well versed in common enchantments, but for anything more exotic, like fiery soul trap or chaos damage, you need to supply an item bearing the enchantment for them to study and
Warp
replicate
drive
it.
active.
Crafting is not instantaneous either. Your orders have a realistic turnaround time, and once they're ready, a courier will inform you. Now we have some mods to enhance the world of Skyrim. First, we have missives, which adds bulletin boards in each of the major cities of Skyrim. As you approach and interact with them, you're presented with an array of radiant quests. There are courier quests, which is just delivering an item to a nearby town, a hold capital.
I like the missives idea. David Jones did not look that realistic. You're just not gonna let me do this, huh?
Docking permission requested.
And now Gale's like blocking the fucking panel now. I hate this quest.
Docking request
I hate this quest so much. It's like they designed it to fail. Out, go. Oh, how I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Why do you design like this? Why do you do this, Bethesda? And every Bethesda game did this. It's not 76. It's every Bethesda game does this stupid ass shit. Look at them do the funky spider dance while they glitch and glitch and glitch and glitch. Glitch and glitch and glitch and glitch. I am stronger than the jank. I will not let the jank defeat me. I am stronger than the world's governments. I am stronger than the jank. I'm stronger than any other human being on this fucking planet. I'm stronger than the hardest fucking, the worst torture that anybody's ever received, which is 27 years of Bethesda jank. I would choose slavery or Gitmo, maybe death or suicide over it. It's the worst torture I can think of. 27 years of Bethesda jank. Yep. If you're a true Bethesda fiend like me. Oh boy, that jank, man. Try again. Let's do the same thing over and over again. Expect a different result. Oh my god. I don't know if I have enough ammo for this. I don't think I should go in yet. I don't think I have the... I don't think I have the amount of fusion cores that I need to do this, because those fucking turrets are so annoying. Fucking turrets, man. The turrets glitch the NPCs. The turrets kill you. They're like the worst thing in Fallout. It's so annoying. Putting 4 of them in the same room is unacceptable. One's enough. One is like a fucking 5-minute fucking side thing where you gotta get cover and duck and fire and duck and fire and shit. You put 4 of them, it's like a 20-minute nightmare, and then you filled the room with friendly NPCs who glitch out when they're being shot by the turrets. You're so bad at goddamn design. I would like to physically sock you in the fucking face for the amount of torture just this question has put me through in my lifetime. Just this quest. Just this quest. I can't even think about all the other Bethesda quests that have done this to me. Like Morrowind? Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be negative. Fusion cells. I need fusion cores. I kept some, right? Yeah, there's one.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent.
Maybe let's just go do that, get a change of pace.
Convenience.
Because that's not all buggy.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah, I should go to that, and I should go get another fusion core, because I'm short. I'm short now. I threw mine away, and I shouldn't have done that. Though I should have, because it was like 60 pounds of fusion core, but I didn't know I was going to need them for this mission so badly. Where's the easiest, fastest fusion core that I know of? I think it's in Silva Homestead. Wait, no, wait. Is it Silva? No, it's... It is, it's Silva Homestead, it is. This is where I originally lived, like 5 years ago on the PlayStation 4. Okay. I went to Silva Homestead, but this is not where I want to be in, I don't think. It's actually... Shit, where am I thinking of? It's like way... Yeah, no, this is right, this is right. I'm in the right place. Ah! Oh, damn it, why are you on me? Because I need to warp, that's why. You gotta pop aggro me when I want to warp. So annoying. Okay. Thank you for the follow, guys. See ya. Band. Piece of living shit. Suck my fucking dick, loser. God damn it, I can't keep my mouse on the screen. I think I'm the wrong spec again. God damn it. I am the wrong spec again. Fucking so annoying. Why don't you just let me change it right here? As soon as I start firing, pop aggro. So fucking annoying. Land, damn it. I did, I took the wrong spec. Let's kill it. Ooh, it's a blunderbuss. What else? Oh, I missed it. Oh well. Stupid spec. I brought the wrong spec, and that took way longer than it should have. I was like the best DPS there, but like I brought the wrong spec, so then I was the worst. You know, fucking worst guy there. We are going out. Yeah, there we go.
Warp drive active.
So annoying. Damn it. Fucking stupid ass fucking animation. Get out of that. Trying to change spec.
Attention, citizens.
Again, huh? No, that was the right spec.
Imminent.
Okay, never mind, I'm good. I was just like, I'm paranoid that I'm in the wrong spec, but I'm not, I'm not.
Convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
Am I on a team? Yes. Got this whole belt to myself. Yeah. I love banning people. Actually really makes me feel pretty good. Whoa. Cool.
The asteroid is depleted.
Why Vaultech University? It seems odd. Or like the Morgantown airports and stuff. Yeah, I don't really want to go in there. I just wondered, like, you know, what it would look like. So annoying. Oh, wait. See, I'm gonna get sucked away, though. I don't want to get sucked away. I want to finish this stupid-ass mission. This mission's so annoying. don't know if I have enough fusion cores, kind of. I think I do. I don't know, I should be alright. Oh, oops. Yeah, something seems to be messed up or whatever. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm starting this over again. This is a daily ops team. I'm gonna go join that casual team, fuck that.
Alright, everyone's here. Y'all ready to rock this joint?
You know me, Mag. I'm always ready.
Oh, how I hate this mission. It's the
Harsh,
worst
Mag.
Bethesda mission,
That
hands
was
down.
one time.
One time? What happened?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Less talk. Gun heavy. Need to unload bullets into something and make lighter.
Gale's right. Let's get a move on. Just give Lou the word when
Yesterday
you're good
I
to go,
made a video
76.
going over Twitch's new policy update that they rolled out, and it's been just a little over
Is that spray tan, Charlie?
24 hours, and they immediately threw their hands up, waved the white flag, and surrendered, saying, "Goodness gracious, heavens to Betsy, this was too far, too much, we could have never seen this coming. We're rolling back this change, we're reverting it." So, for those that don't know, yesterday Twitch made a guidelines update to what type of content they allow on their platform when it comes to sexually suggestive material. The biggest change that raised the most eyebrows is they made a sweeping alteration to their artistic nudity policy where they basically gave everyone the green light to get fucking insano style with it. They opened Pandora's box, allowing pretty much all types of nudity as long as there was artistic context to it, drawing, animation, all of that. This was like the big bang that created a universe of porn on Twitch. If you went to the art category in particular on the platform over the last 24 hours, you were inundated with tons of hentai and furry porn outdoor wands. And it's not like it was some restricted category off of like a quarantine zone that you needed a secret password to enter easy or something. It was legitimately one of the top categories over the last 24 hours, so if you just clicked on it, you immediately saw all of this. Like, the only time that there was a warning is if you actually tried to watch one of the streams, it would let you know that, hey, there might be sexual content here. But otherwise, it was just easily accessible to anybody. And I really think Twitch was under the impression that this policy would be used by artists making really classy things. I think they were expecting Michelangelo level sculptures where it's like this marble statue of a man with a small wiener, but how it was actually utilized by the community is just tons of huge cock furries, like giant pitted anime pig sporting still banners. And I saw a lot of people getting mad at the artists for making this kind of content on Twitch, but I don't blame them at all. Twitch allowed this. They enabled it. They gave them the green light, gave them the freedom to do that, so they were just playing by the rules. They didn't do anything wrong.
I gotta
They
stay
didn't
here
break
and
any
guard
of
your
those
butts till I'm
rules at
confident
all.
we're in the
Except
clear,
for a
but
couple of people
got an
that
important
popped
request
forward
for
to
you.
exploit it even
With
further.
Johnny asking for
There were
such a
some
big
channels
cut,
that
I want you to keep an eye on him. You let me know if he doesn't pull his weight. If he wants to keep his value, he's gotta earn it.
How many times are you gonna make me do this quest? Is it 50? Is it 60?
You good otherwise? Okay, get to it, 7-6. Make us rich.
door's shut tight. See if you can open it remotely. Maybe there's a terminal somewhere. We'll guard it in case anything's on the other side.
Gale ready to destroy more robots!
Gale's the best at destroying robos. Johnny, you're okay at it, I guess.
Hey, I'm pretty damn good at it. I just don't have a giant minigun like Gale does.
That sound like excuses.
Okay, fine. Give me the minigun, and I'll show you.
No, you two.
I generate photorealistic porn in the art category. So then you started having AI generated porn images that were indistinguishable from just real screenshots from porn. Scrolling through the art category, which again was one of the top categories, felt like what Y2K was trying to warn us of back in the year 2000. It was disastrous. Which again, at the end of the day, was entirely Twitch's fault. I think Code Carnage summed it up best. Nice and succinct, he said, "These recent changes on Twitch are so embarrassing. Sweeping policy changes without basic restrictions, erroneously ban streamers for doing exactly what they're told they can do, immediately roll back the changes the next day. Amateur hour, please do better, Twitch." Amen. I mean, that's the whole situation broken down into a nutshell. Twitch started banning some of the streamers that were literally doing what they were allowed to do. They played by Twitch's new rules and still got banned for it because Twitch must have got all, you know, blushed and shocked, like, oh my goodness, what have we done? And then they just started lashing out and banning streamers that were literally just doing what Twitch said they could. Just a massive L from Twitch across the board here. When reading through their explanation for why they decided to make this big change, they said for years through user voice and conversations we heard from artists that our content policies were limiting. In making this update, we were trying to be responsive to those requests and allow the thriving artist community on Twitch to utilize the human form in art. So reading through this explanation, I just really get the impression that they expected this to kind of be like my figure drawing course in my freshman year of college, where you do draw a nude model, so the art does have nudity in it, but that's still very different than just drawing figures. So it's two very separate disciplines. Those categories couldn't be and this is spectacular, but they got the laugh in a lot of it. Bazooka ballsack furries as far as the eye can see in the art category for the last 24 hours, and Twitch eventually said, okay, enough is enough, we've got to put the kibosh on this. So today they announced that they are taking that change.
Kibosh.
They're saying, whoops-a-daisy, they're using their one mulligan ball game here in order to say, nope. Let's go ahead and read through the rest of the statement here. First, we want to make clear that some students, in response to an update, created content that was in violation of our new policy. We worked quickly to remove that content from the channel enforcement. That's referring mainly to the AI-generated photorealistic porn that was being put onto the platform. I don't know why they didn't see that coming. That was always going to be the outcome of a policy like this, which is a massive sweeping change that allows for artistic nudity, which is a very vague thing to try and define. Like, that was always going to happen, and I don't know how Twitch didn't foresee that. It just seems like they don't exactly know their community that well. Or, it's not even their community, just the internet in general. That was always going to be exploited.
I think it glitched again.
There also was a great deal of new content that was allowed under the updated policy. Much of the content created has been met with community concerns. These are concerns we share. Upon reflection, we have decided that we went too far with this change. Digital depictions of nudity present a unique challenge. Unique challenge. AI can be used to create realistic images, and it can be hard to distinguish between digital art and photography. Basically, just echoing the sentiment from a lot of people that, hey, this is a little weird to have on Twitch where one of your top categories actually just has tons and tons of porn being drawn, like, all the time now. That's very odd considering it is the same ecosystem as like normal gaming or like normal just chatting streams or whatever. I also don't understand why everything has to be a hot button debate here, where people are like, oh, Twitch has never been a safe Christian space for the youth and everything. There's always been some sexually suggestive things on there. Yeah, no shit. No one's saying that Twitch is like this perfect utopia where degeneracy doesn't exist. But I feel like everyone can recognize the difference between a streamer doing squats for subs or being in a bikini or something versus having an entire category, one of the top categories, taken over by drawn porn and hentai and AI-generated porn. Like, it's so drastically different. You can just say that that's weird that Twitch would allow that. You don't have to try and make this some kind of bigger, deeper, more nuanced issue like, oh, a bunch of prudes. What, you guys don't like boobies anymore? What's all this boobie outrage? I can't believe we're even making a big deal out of this. Like, no, everyone likes tits. That's not what anyone's saying. It's just maybe not on Twitch in this capacity where you're just drawing porn. Like, that is a weird thing to have on Twitch. Like, if you want to make an 18+ category for Twitch, that's fine, I guess, but it needs to be a, like, restricted, spun-off category in its own designated area that doesn't live in the same ecosystem, because it shouldn't overlap with the rest of the content on the platform, because it is so fucking different to just allow drawn porn and hentai and shit. Like, I don't know why this is even, like, a complicated issue. It's just as simple as, yeah, it's a little weird to have the entire category be porn. You know, it's just, to me, that simple. So, it seems like it was that simple to Twitch as well. They must have not really thought through the policy all that deeply, rolled this out, and then were shocked to see just how much of this was existing on the platform, so that's why they're overruling themselves. So, effective today, we're rolling back the artistic nudity changes. Moving forward, depictions of real or fictional nudity won't be allowed on Twitch, regardless of the medium. This restriction does not apply to mature-rated games. You can find emote-specific standards for nudity and sexual content in the emote guidelines. We aren't making other changes to the updated sexual content policy. So basically just saying, nudity, no. They're putting the kibosh on it. They're hitting it with the X. No more nudity, no matter what medium it's in, unless of course it's in like a mature video game or something that's not already banned on Twitch.
Everyone's
Now,
here.
one thing I have to
Ready to
mention
rock
that I
this
just
joint.
find fascinating is how quickly Twitch rolled back this change. Their response time to this is historic for the platform. Twitch is notorious for taking an absurdly long time to respond to anything. Even like legitimate crime that happens on
I'll tell
Twitch.
you when you're older.
They will just like take so long, an outrageously long time to do anything in response to it. Yet when it came down to this, they changed things lickety split.
Let's get a move on.
In
Just
24
give Will the
hours,
word when you're
basically.
good to go,
That is
7-6.
a new world record for Twitch. So, if I may get a bit conspiratorial, I'd like to hit you with my game theory on why exactly that is. Why did they respond so quick to this, but never anything else in the past that have been huge issues? Here's what I think. I think what happened is Twitch rolled out this artistic nudity policy change, and all of this porn hits the platform. As a response to that, a lot of advertisers take notice that work with Twitch and start asking questions of why. It is well known in the industry that anything that is even remotely construed as adult content is almost impossible to monetize for sponsors. Sponsors don't want to touch anything that's even close to like 18+ material. And Twitch, although it does have that self-suggestive, sexually suggestive content, it is not an 18+ website like that. No one would ever consider Twitch an adult site like it, so advertising is multiple places there for good content. But this is by all definitions an adult category, where all of this porn is being drawn. So perhaps advertisers got it over. Started like pressing Twitch a bit, like, hey, we do not feel comfortable advertising on a platform that's going to allow porn to be drawn like this and have all this kind of content. So maybe that scared Twitch, like maybe this is going to hit their financials somehow, so then they immediately, overnight, rolled back this change. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, because historically, Twitch hasn't
7-6.
responded to
Can I
anything
talk to you real
in
quick?
any meaningfully fast period of time. They are always so slow dragging their feet to anything on their platform.
I gotta stay here and
except
guard your
this
butts
now.
till I'm confident.
So
With
that's
Johnny,
why I
you
think
let me...
they did. Of course, I have no evidence of this.
Thanks.
I'm just speculating, but I just know historically when it comes to like adult content, advertisers get really scared and want to pull out, and this allowed adult content onto Twitch for however brief a time. So that's what I think led to them being so quick to revert the changes. I could be wrong, who knows? But I just wanted to at least throw that out there while we're talking about it. That's really about it. So yeah.
Door's shut tight. See if you can open it remotely. Maybe there's a terminal somewhere. But we'll guard it in case anything's on the other side.
Get ready to destroy more robots!
Gale's the best at destroying robos.
I think he glitched. I'm stronger than the jank.
The asteroid is depleted.
Oh, I got a... weapons break 50% slower. Wow. What's the damage on it? 300. Two-shot the dragon. Cool.
The asteroid is depleted.
I'm stronger than the jank. In every single game I play. Not just this one. All of them. They're all like this. Damn it. Oh. One day when I talk about Bethesda, I'm going to talk about it, the day I spent on an entire stream. I streamed an entire 14-hour day on one single Bethesda quest, restarting it over and 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 over. What are we on now? 14 times, I think. Let's keep counting. It's 7 minutes each time. And I'll do this entire shift like this. I will keep going, too. I will go for 3 days. I don't care until I get what I want. Don't care what it is. I'll get what I want in the end.
You know me, Meg. I'm always ready.
Except when you ain't.
Piece of shit game.
That was one time.
One time? What happened?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Less talk. Gun heavy. Need to unload bullets into something and make lighter.
Gail's right. Let's get a move on. Just give Lou the word when you're good to go, 7-6.
Manscaped the holiday.
Oops. Thank you, Penguin Zero, for the excellent content from my stream. I'd like to sub to your channel.
Brought to you by Manscaped. The holiday season is here, and if you're not picking up the Performance Package 5.0, how are you going to treat yourself to a grooming and self-care package beyond any possibility? It comes with, first and foremost, the 5.0 Ultra, which again is a grooming powerhouse. It's got skin-safe trimmer blades, skin-safe foil blades, and skin-safe blade heads. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite parts about this is that LED spotlight. You can literally sit in the darkest shower sessions and go off. And of course, if you're ethnically challenged like me, they've got a travel lock feature, so you don't have this thing popping off in the middle of an airplane. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, beyond all of it, you've got the which is an amazing tool to take those unruly nose and ear hairs. You also got the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion, which is amazing dermis formula. Of course, you got the Crop Preserver, which is clear drying, quick absorbing, and it's filled with that soothing damn. And of course, you've got two gifts: the Travel Bag 2.0 and Now, at the end of the day, that is the Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Grooming package, shaving, trimming, and lotion recommendations. When you use our promo code SOG,
You're
you
responsible
get 20%
for keeping
off
Rah-Rah
and
safe.
free international shipping at checkout. That's 20% off with the promo code SOG at manscaped.com. Treat your jingle balls with pride. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the video. Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and ooh, does GTA 6 deserve to be banned? Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, Grand Theft Auto has pretty much been the limelight, spectacle for the last week, really. When a trailer was finally released, a trailer full of, I guess you assumed it, cars, drive, and a lot of booty shaking. Now,
wants to
something
keep
that
his
I
value,
love about the
he's gotta
GTA
earn
release cycle is the controversy. You know, anytime Rockstar comes out with a game, there's always a group of people who are like, maybe it should be banned.
You good otherwise?
And I am firmly a believer that if a video game has violence, sex, and basically all mature elements, as long as it's rated M for mature, there should never be a banning of anything artistic, so on and so forth. If you disagree with that, well, ladies and gentlemen, let me just remind you that we live in a world where you're free to say whatever you really want, okay? And I honestly think when it comes to art, like video games, movies, music, they should be left pretty much uncensored, okay? But again, some people disagree with that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the last few days, there's been a trending hashtag of ban GTA 6. Now, I want to start off by saying this is a bullshit trend. Anybody that's actually co-opting this trend is just using it to basically meme around, make fun of it, and anybody that's actually halfway serious comes up with some of the most insane shit. Like, for instance, the person that actually popularized this was this, like, sort of political correspondent. I don't know if they're a reporter, Jackson Hinkle. Now, Jackson Hinkle was the one putting out with the alert Israel sign, get hashtag ban GTA 6 trending. Now, this is one of the first casualties of human brain cells that I found. One of the big posts that I ended up spotting was, why are the Zionists at Rockstar Games releasing the sexualized video game for children in America? Get this banned! Now again, obviously this is, I would imagine, a troll, but even if you're trolling, I think it's totally fine to make fun of people for trolling poorly, which this is effectively what it is. This is what we call impression farming. Oh shit, the rent is due. Better post cringe. Now obviously we all know that Grand Theft Auto typically has an M rating on the box, which implies that it's for 17 and older. Last I checked, when you're above the age of 17, you're not a fucking kid anymore. So obviously kids are never the target audience for GTA games. That said, on the other hand, it's not as if kids don't play Grand Theft Auto. I remember my first Grand Theft Auto game. I was in elementary school when GTA Vice City was plopped into my PlayStation 2. And let me tell you, I had a great time playing that experience. And honestly, as age has hit me, that experience just continues to get better and better. Now, usually when the gaming media gets a little bit wild about getting a video game banned, sometimes snowflakes like to come on social media platforms and talk about why GTA isn't their cup of tea. Now, snowflake is an interesting term. It's used by a lot of people to make fun of individuals who often are too sensitive. Sensitive pussies like Elon Musk, for instance, who writes, yeah, I tried doing it, but I didn't like crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene. Just couldn't do it. To understand, Grand Theft Auto 5's prologue segment has you shooting through the cops of Ludendorff, okay? Again, I don't understand why you would buy a game franchise called Grand Theft Auto if you weren't going to be comfortable shooting up cops just a little bit. And what's funny about it, too, is, like, it's just digital cops. At the end of the day, none of this is real. I've never seen people who complain about snowflakes like Elon Musk so much completely simp for digital law enforcement. You think if he finds this bad, imagine him freaking out when you can shoot up a metric crap ton of civilians in Modern Warfare 2. Could you imagine? Just imagine for a second. You got literal cops who will tell you some of the best parts about GTA is taking on law enforcement and seeing just how long it takes for you to survive before you eventually die. You know, when you pop that game into your PlayStation, Xbox, fire it up on your PC, you kind of come with the expectation that you're going to be stealing cars. And obviously, Grand Theft Auto as a franchise is built around punishing you, the player, for actually committing crimes. Yeah, one thing I have to remind people is GTA is not a game that's all about being rewarded to do crime. If anything, committing crimes in the game ranks up your wanted rating, which the higher you get, the more pissed off the law enforcement system becomes, and the quicker you end up fucking dying or actually getting handcuffs around you. But anything past 1 star means that the LSPD just puts a shot right into your head. Yeah, they're that hardcore. Now, believe it or not, Elon Musk wasn't the biggest snowflake over here. What's actually the biggest snowflake, ladies and gentlemen, is without a doubt Ian Miles wrong, or I guess his real name is Ian Miles Chong. Now, Ian Miles Chong's history is quite old. I mean, you can look up articles going back to 2012 during his Reddit moderator days. Yes, the Reddit days, so to speak, where Ian was a far different character. I think one great article is this one by Julian Williams on Medium, where one can read through some of Ian's most, I guess you could say, wild arcs. One of them allegedly involving a little bit of the old anti-Semitism, so to speak. Really brilliantly nice guy. Now, Ian's current grift revolves around basically sucking off Elon Musk on Twitter, and basically Elon is currently his financial daddy, basically paying him out through the Twitter payment system for basically Ian Miles Chong retweeting some of the most bizarre misinformation you could ever find. Again, I've ratioed him quite a few times, more than I care about, but to understand, correcting Ian Miles Chong is such an easy thing to do, even an infant could do it as soon as they come fresh out of the womb. You can imagine Ian basically throwing his hat into the ring and talking about how other games are better than GTA because of their anti-cop gameplay. This man is a Malaysian who is kind of a Westaboo, meaning that he just loves the United States of America. And I personally don't know if Ian has ever touched the God's green earth, the U.S. I come into it all the time, but I would imagine a game like Grand Theft Auto must be like crack cocaine to him. As Yakuza is to weeaboos who love to explore Tokyo without paying for the flight ticket, GTA is basically Ian's closest vacation to the entire country of the United States. If this man could basically get on his knees and suck the balls of George Washington again or something, he would. So he posts, I'm glad in relation to Elon, I'm glad shooting cops in Cyberpunk 2077 is completely optional. Never finished GTA 5 either. Now, it's kind of hilarious because if you know about the community notes feature, basically Ian Miles Chong has been writing like around 200 something articles about GTA 5, okay? One of them was without a doubt about its chase mechanics of Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, here Ian talks about how GTA 5 sees major changes to its pursuit mechanics. He got past the introduction, which has you shoot up cops like crazy, borrowing from the wanted notoriety system of Red Dead Redemption. What? You mean the previous game? GTA 4's wanted system? What? Where is 5's system anywhere close to Red Dead's system? GTA 5 forces you to engage in a game of hide and seek, effectively penalizing you for running from the police as it spawns more and more cops. Fun also is your ability to escape the cops by running back to your safe house. The easiest and simplest way to lose your wanted rating is to avoid detection by hiding in a single spot where the police, whose detection of the player is now based on line of sight. As mentioned, it becomes like a game of hide and seek. Yeah, dog, it becomes a game of hide and seek from law enforcement. It's stupid articles like this where I question if Ian has actually ever even played a video game, let alone anything from the prior Grand Theft Auto franchise. You know, even if you run back into your safe house with like a 6-star wanted rating, you really can't just get rid of that entire rating anyway. As far as my knowledge goes, you get rid of 2 stars by changing your clothes. But what does he expect? If you shoot up police and engage with the law enforcement, granted they're going to run after you and they're going to hunt you down until they've lost track of you. That's kind of how law enforcement works. I don't know if Malaysia's different. Maybe Ian has this magical perception of America, but, you know, here if you fuck with the 5-0, they'll fuck you 10 times harder, pal. Look, I don't have to explain to Ian that even with this Cyberpunk 2077 point, it's also brain-damagingly dumb, because Cyberpunk 2077 is a video game where you can actually drop a fat nuke in Arasaka Tower and kill how many hundreds of innocent civilians and NCPD officers. Proving once again that I don't actually believe Ian actually plays video games. I don't think Ian actually has a spine, to be honest with you, because this man literally will do anything to taste the balls of George Washington or Elon Musk. This man is actually so good at basically being the ball sucker, it's not even funny in this situation. Again, both these individuals were ridiculed on the internet, but again, there was one other person that I couldn't imagine would become a massive snowflake about Grand Theft Auto. That person is Andrew Tate. Listen to this clip.
New GTA 6 is out. Have you ever played any GTA? This is a genuine question. I've never played any of them.
I believe that I played the first one. That's like a top-down, bird's-eye view kind of 2D game without any real graphic violence back when I was maybe 10 or 11 or 12, whenever it came out. I do recall that. But you know what? I'm going to speak about GTA 6 while you're on the topic, because now we're actually talking about something that's relatively important. Video games aren't necessarily evil. But you know, I remember when video games, because I'm very old, I'm an old man. I remember when you used to play a little man in a red hat trying to rescue a princess and teaming up with your brother. Now, if rescuing purity from evil while teaming up for your brother isn't a good theme of a video game.
Yeah, part of me thinks that the Tate brothers don't really appreciate that GTA is the franchise that pulls no punches and satirizes everyone, no matter what side of the spectrum they're on. Them included, pretty hardcore. But at the end of the day, it's weird to see these people virtue signal. Not weird, but hilarious, in a sense, because they're so focused on this idea of cop killing that they forget that there's a whole bunch of other organizations in GTA, like paramedics, firefighters, everyone. They just focus on these cops and trying to virtue signal themselves as people who are above shooting or engaging with law enforcement officers. It's pretty funny to see somebody as hardened as the Tate brothers actually go up and sing for law enforcement, digital law enforcement, this hard. See, people forget that video games that are M-rated are designed to be escapist tools first and foremost, like movies. I love how they pivot to like Mario Brothers as like, this is what gaming was about, as if they didn't release one of the best Mario games this year anyway. Again, these people realize and they know that there's M-rated games that have been around for a long time. People play GTA because, yes, shooting cops in real life has some pretty real repercussions, and you just shouldn't do it. Shooting them in a video game is alright and okay. But again, these people love to clutch pearls at the end of the day, and that's really what I've learned watching these people. They're fighting for a culture war that most people don't really give a shit about. But there are people that are even cringier than these people, and that guy is Tim Pool. Let's listen to this clip.
But here's my thing. When I play GTA, okay, you are running around punching and beating people and shooting people and stealing cars. Yeah. You know, personally, I don't want to play a female character. It's not... I don't know if it really matters, but it's kind of weird in my mind. And, you know, you can tell me that I'm wrong or something. I don't know. It's just how I feel. Like, this lady is going to run up to a random guy in the street and punch him, and he's going to go down? No, come on. Yo, if your average woman ran up to your average guy and swung a fist at him, it's not going to hurt him. I mean, it may hurt a little bit, but it's not going to, like, put him down. And then, so my point was, like, okay, so you play as this character, you run up and punch a random guy, and then he just clocks you in the face one time, you go down wasted. You lose all your HP instantly, and then you wake up outside the hospital.
One thing I've noticed when it comes to GTA 6 is the moment that a woman character was introduced into the franchise, or at least even since this was leaked during the 4chan stuff, a bunch of people have found it to be almost a sign of it potentially being woke or something nonsensical. It's not as if this is miscasting. Obviously, women in the modern era commit crimes just like guys do. And when it comes to violent crimes, I love how he's talking about going up and beating people in GTA, as if everyone doesn't whip out the minigun from their asshole and start unloading it onto whoever looks at them wrong. Again, I don't know what's up with Tim Pool. This is just the weirdest, like, cope that I've ever heard in this situation. And you know what? Maybe I'll give him credit and say he's probably just making a joke. But that's the thing about jokes. They kind of have to be funny, right? This just comes across as a bit cringy to me, and honestly comes across as a wild take. I don't know why he would even mention this if it wasn't for the fact that GTA 6 now has a female protagonist. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, girls commit crimes, you know, and guess what? A shotgun is a great equalizer of force. You don't need to beat someone in the face when you can blow their head off with a 12 gauge, is all I'm saying. Okay, so now that we've roasted a few people, there are some actual legitimate worries about GTA 6 possibly getting banned. For instance, a few Arab gamers are worried that GTA 6 will contain many 18+ scenes. Yeah, that's true, and maybe banned in Arab countries. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for some of my actual viewers from Saudi Arabia, you probably won't actually be able to play Grand Theft Auto, and that's actually understood. To actually get down to it, GTA 5, from what I understand, is still actually banned in, like, Saudi Arabia, whether it be because of pornography or, like, immoral, like, depictions of situations. Yeah, that game is still banned. Not that it stops people in Arab countries from playing it, they just make a PlayStation account from the US or anything outside Arabia and just buy GTA 5 right there and then. Yeah, it might be illegal to own Grand Theft Auto, but I'm pretty sure the law is not properly enforced, and I'm pretty sure the cops of vice and virtue in Saudi Arabia don't necessarily care. But again, it's not something cool that I like to see. I don't really think games should be banned. But then again, for a country as hyper-conservative as Saudi Arabia, it's definitely not shocking that GTA 6 is probably getting a ban. And I'm sure that Rockstar isn't going to block off the strip clubs or start enforcing hijabs inside the pole position club when the game drops, okay? It's just not how it works. What's also funny in GTA 6's case, because it's a Florida Man simulator, the trailer had a lot of references to real-life Floridian situations. Situations such as the Florida Joker. Now, while this guy showed up for like a half second in the trailer, it didn't stop the real-life counterpart from actually mentioning and demanding money from Rockstar Games. I love Floridians so much. This man stole from the Joker and just does not understand irony right there. But again, do I expect this lawsuit or any legal threat to go through? Yeah, I expect it to go through as well as Lindsay Lohan did when GTA 5 dropped. Honestly, the amount of lawsuits and controversy that builds from this game is something that you could just have an entire series talking about. But we're not here all day, ladies and gentlemen, because we gotta talk about the potential for politicians to jump into the mix. And actually, it's a good time to talk about the history of some of these bans, because this isn't a new phenomenon. I think because of the amount of time that it's taken to pass GTA to release, people have kind of forgotten that in the past, actual politicians, degenerate politicians, such as Hillary Clinton, promoted so many laws to actually ban violent video games. For instance, one of these laws was the Family Entertainment Protection Act, also known as FEPA. Now, this is a failed bill that was introduced by Hillary Clinton and sponsored by a bunch of other dumb fucks, where FEPA would have imposed fines of $1,000 or 100 hours of community service for the first time offense of selling a mature or adults-only rated video games. By the way, adults-only video games don't even show up in most stores because they're actually classified as pornography, which means Walmart, Best Buy, a lot of your mom and pop shop brick and mortar stores wouldn't even carry them. From what I understand, even digital storefronts like Sony and Microsoft do not even have adults-only games allowed on their stores. So again, if you sold any of these games to a minor, you would get fined, what, like $5 grand or 500 hours for following offenses. So again, ladies and gentlemen, obviously it didn't go anywhere, and the major proposals were insane because they had this prohibition on selling mature and adults-only video games. So they basically made them fine a little bit more, and it's not as if you could sell these games to minors anyways. Usually when you were a kid, you just sent your mom and dad to go into the store and they bought Vice City for you. Now, back in my day, there were definitely tellers who told my mom and dad, probably don't want to buy Vice City for your kid. It's got strip clubs. And my dad's like, yo, they got triangle PlayStation titties. Trust me, it ain't gonna freak out my kid that hard. And lo and behold, we ended up getting GTA anyways. Point is, video games have ratings, okay? And if you're a parent, you should make sure not to let your kid play an M-rated game, okay? It just shouldn't be like that. But again, for adults like me, I'm all cool with M-rated games. Hell, most of my favorite games are rated M. And as somebody that was young in my day and age, playing Doom, Counter-Strike, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, I like to think that I turned out just fine enough, okay? Don't get me wrong, I'm a degenerate, but I ain't that big of a degenerate. But see, you can't spend this kind of a video and not talk about the king, god, disbarred douchebag, Jack Thompson. Now, Jack Thompson, for those of you who are watching this video, you might have two reactions. One of those reactions is, who's Jack? And the other one is somebody literally just woke up, felt the actual gray hairs grow out of their body, and have remembered this individual from literally years ago. Jack Thompson, famously the attorney that once wrote a letter to the executive of Take-Two. Yes, Strauss Zelnick actually got a letter to their mother where, I'm not joking with you, it literally reads as, Dear Miss Zelnick, your son, as you may know, or maybe you don't know, is chairman of Take-Two Interactive Software, where most popular video games are the Grand Theft Auto murder simulator games, banned in some countries, but sold to children here. Your son last week was reported to have said the following about Grand Theft Auto 4. We've already received numerous reviews, and to a one, they have perfect scores. My mom couldn't write better reviews. Taking your son's thought, I would encourage you either to play this game or have an adroit video gamer play it for you. Some of the latter gamers are on death row, so try to find one out in the civilian population who hasn't killed